Whenever they talk about Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, that's led by the British. If they talk about Sierra Leone, it's the British. Ivory Coast, the Francophone Africa, will be led by the French.
Somalia.
Look at the arrogance of what it is. Last year, the French bombed the Ivory Coast Air Force.
2005.
Destroying the Ivory Coast Air Force. What gave the French the right to do this? Why was this not in the media? You're right.
It was in the media, Ishmael. It was on BBC. Come on.
You're right. The American-backed militia in Somalia.
Militia? Transitional
They
government.
were routed.
Come on.
As soon as they were routed, we began to hear about the AU. What has happened? After the American-backed militia of Somalia were routed, we had 5,000 troops go over the border from Ethiopia.
Invited.
An invasion.
Invited. Yes. By President Yusuf. No, by President Yusuf. By President Yusuf. Come on. Invited. 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 Come on.
The Americans always have an invite.
Invited. No.
And when they don't get an invite, they have some party in opposition that invites them from New York or Washington or the UK.
Backed by the UN, Ishmael. Backed by the
You
UN.
remember the Iraq? Of course, always backed by the UN. Of course, always.
Legality, there you are. There's the legal cover, Ishmael. End of story.
When the Americans went back to Iraq for the first time, and they were touting characters like Ahmed Chalabi as the new president.
One of many.
One of many.
Come on.
Let's look at Ahmed Chalabi.
He's no one today. A junior
He left
minister.
Iraq when he was 7 years old. The last time he'd been in Iraq was 19. Listen to this. Brace yourself. The last time Ahmed Chalabi was in Iraq was in 1949. 1949!
Still in Iraq.
He has not been in the country for 54 years. I am more fucking Iraqi than Ahmed Chalabi. They counted everyone. Everyone else. Let's be honest, my friend Kyle.
But Allah is no, I mean, Chalabi is no one today, Ishmael. Discrediting Ishmael, you know. He's no one but a junior minister in the Iraqi government.
Sorry, sir.
He's a junior minister. No one pays any attention. No crowd.
I just asked us to argue in the interest of consistency. As African people, as Africans, we are the last one off the starting block. We are the least respected people across the world. We as African people, we are used as a backdrop to our own stories. Whenever you discuss Africa, you have to have a white news reporter discussing the problems of Africa.
Not anymore, come on, not anymore, come on Ishmael. Come on, not anymore.
Ragioma, right?
Ragioma, you know, Konagum, CNN, come on. Al Jazeera is a black reporter, come on in Africa.
African countries,
count them on one hand.
and there could be a famine. And they will show you Africans with flies flying around their faces with a pot belly, not saying a word. And then you'll have the white news reporter saying, well, here it is.
When last did that happen, Ishmael? Come on.
They speak English. Why not put a microphone in front of one of them so they can articulate what gut-wrenching poverty is all about? We look at Sudan and we are told, oh, genocide.
By the
Is
media.
there anyone from Sudan here? Are there any Sudanese here? Anyone from Eastern Africa? From Uganda? Kenya? They won't allow you in the country. Are you from Uganda? Whereabouts in Uganda are you from? Kampala. My friend, recognizing this, and they have asked the government of Museveni to send troops to Sudan. The irony of it is that you're currently fighting a war at the moment against the LRA, against Joseph Kony. Now, I find it rather bizarre that they call it a genocide in Sudan.
Who does Ishmael?
Would you call it a genocide, sir, in Sudan? Is it a genocide? Would you describe it as a genocide? Sorry? Would you say it's a genocide? In Sudan?
In Darfur.
In Darfur. Are you from Sudan as well? Well, let me say, There is no genocide in Darfur.
Who said it was genocide, Ishmael? There's
we
been
have
no government that said genocide. There's been no government, Ishmael. It's only been the media and the human rights organization said that.
We have had,
Come on.
We have had statements.
There was a UN report that it was not genocide. So why are you saying genocide? It's your colleagues that say genocide.
I haven't finished yet. You're masturbating before you've even seen the particulars.
Oh man.
And you're going to come prematurely, as you have. Hold on to yourself.
Give me a tissue here.
What we have had is a situation whereby the Western media have begun to sculpt in the Western public's mind the notion that there is a genocide. So we have had George Clooney visit the UN and give a statement. I mean, how the fuck do they always have these celebrities talking on behalf of Africa?
He's an activist.
So George fucking Geldof talks about famine in Africa.
Why not? They're activists. Come on, Ishmael.
And becomes the expert for Africa. Where are the African academics? Where are the African intellectuals? Where are the Africans who have studied the problems of climate change within Africa, of the problems of AIDS and famine and war within Africa? Where are they? My friend, where are they?
Where are what?
When do you ever see them?
Where are what?
The academics of Africa. When do you ever hear them quoted in the Western media? Instead, we have
you
discussing famine in Africa.
They
give you
England.
Still from Africa. You want to discuss AIDS? Don't speak to no African. Speak to Bono.
But he knows his stuff. Come on. But the man knows his stuff. Come on. Give him credit. He knows his stuff. So does Bono.
You know stuff.
Goodwill ambassador. A goodwill ambassador. Come on.
A goodwill ambassador. Same fucking thing.
No.
And then genocide in Darfur. We have George Clooney gets an invite to the UN to talk to the world about genocide.
And what's wrong with that, Ishmael?
After leaving the Hollywood catwalk, he goes straight to talk about this.
Something positive, Ishmael. Come on.
Hold up.
But at least he went to Darfur.
There is no genocide happening in Sudan, in Darfur.
And we should prevent genocide from happening, Ishmael.
Anywhere.
What is happening is an illusion is being pulled over our eyes.
Oh, don't say that.
So that we can justify Western intervention within the region. Let me get to it. Just like are there any Somalians here? Are there any Somalians here? And those you Somalians. We recognize that in the early 90s, we had several feuding warlords. General Hadid, for one of them, the most powerful Somalian warlord. The Americans went to Somalia claiming that they're going to Somalia to deliver humanitarian aid. Was it humanitarian aid they were delivering?
Yes.
The Nigerians says no.
I mean, what interest was it? Was there oil in Somalia? There was no oil in Somalia, Ishmael. Was there oil in Somalia? No.
Hold on. I'm saying the Somalian says no, the Nigerian says yes. Sir, you're a Somalian. What's the US there to deliver humanitarian aid?
No. Why were they there?
Hold on. That's two Somalians against one Nigerian. So you're Somalian. Where else is Somalia? Two. They were not there to deliver humanitarian aid, but the world was told, oh, there's a crisis, we must do something about it. So the Americans went there to save the Africans.
Why did they go, Ishmael? Hold on.
In Darfur.
No, let's go to Somalia. Why did the US go to Somalia?
We'll go back to Somalia. In Darfur.
He's not going to go back, is he?
In Darfur, between Sudan and Chad, we have to recognize that they have recently declared that between Sudan and Chad, these nations have the largest oil reserves in the world. Hold up. The largest untapped reserves they claim are currently between Chad and Sudan. Now, recognizing that the US can no longer tap its oil from the Middle East, Africa has become that new source. So when they begin to tell you, think about it. When have the Americans or anyone else cared about blacks in Africa? If you really cared about genocide or murder or death in Africa, not even Zimbabwe. Over the last 4 years in the Congo, 4 million black people have died in the Congo. 4 million! Have you heard the UN talk about sending troops to the Congo? Only a brief. Did you hear America saying, let's go to the Congo? Think about it. Hold on. Northern Uganda, I was in Northern Uganda.